you want some serious head-turner fragrances, I have a pretty good list. Head-turner fragrances, obviously you want to get whiplash because you smell so good. So the main thing is, head-turner fragrances are usually very strong, they have very unique notes, and they're just nice to smell. They're like, what is that? What is that person wearing? So, starting with a very unique option. Amouage Jubilation 25. This, mainly, it's for men and women, primarily for women, but it's mainly a musky, warm, ambery, woodsy sort of fragrance. Very luxurious. Something that is so unique that it's difficult to find other perfumes that smell anything like it. I have not smelled anything that even comes close to Jubilation 25. Plus, the name is fun to say, Jubilation 25. And it's just a high-quality, luxurious fragrance that has a great projection, just great notes. It's developed very nicely, and because it's so unique, it's, you know, people are definitely gonna turn their heads to see what you're wearing. Then, next on the list, this is Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. This is primarily a clubbing fragrance, so it's not super versatile because if you wear it just during the daytime or at the office, people are gonna turn their heads in not the way you want. But if you're going to the club, then this is certainly a very good option because it's just very unique. It has coffee notes, which is something you don't come across very often. It also has orange blossom, cedarwood, and patchouli, so it's more of that heavy, a little bit spicy sort of fragrance. Powerful, great projection, great longevity. It's obviously going to last throughout the evening, throughout the night, and it also has a very sweet kind of overtone, definitely, so that makes it very feminine, but if you don't like really sweet fragrances, this might not be the best option, although I mean, when you're out and about, this is definitely going to get some attention because that coffee note especially is really what makes it more interesting to people once they smell it. The next one is similar but on a more playful, light-hearted scale. La Villa Belval. This is also a sweet fragrance. Mainly, the sweetness comes from the praline note, this very kind of like candy bar sort of thing. And it also has some fruit notes, a few florals, very, very, very strong fragrance. This is great for the daytime, especially when you're just walking down the city streets. You know, people will surely pay attention to what you're wearing. Great scent trail, it'll follow you wherever you go. And it's just a very nice fragrance, very, very agreeable, pleasing sort of fragrance. Super feminine. It's, you know, very hard to miss. Then, the next one. This is Baccarat Rouge 540. It's a bit smudged, but this is a very, very luxurious, very powerful fragrance. It's primarily a saffron woody fragrance. It has some fir, it has some cedar, and that saffron note really warms it up. Really makes it interesting and unique and special because not a lot of fragrances use saffron. And the addition of saffron also makes it feel more luxurious because saffron is actually a very rare and expensive herb or spice or whatever it is. And the Baccarat Rouge 540 is super powerful. I only put on a few dabs one time, and it seemed to fill up the entire house. And be careful on that because you could easily fumigate everyone that's around you. But if you put it on properly, definitely people will notice what you're wearing and they will pay attention, that you might get a few compliments. And I would say it lasts between 9 and 12 hours. It's one of the longest lasting fragrances I have come across so far. Then the last one is a bit off the beaten path. which is Youth Dew by Estee Lauder. This used to be all the rage in the 1950s. Not so much anymore, but because it's not so popular anymore, if you wear it, people won't know what you're wearing, and they'll be wondering, what are they wearing? So this is a very delicate fragrance, not in the sense of its notes, but in the sense of how people respond to it. Some people love it, and some people despise it. It's a very, very heavy, spicy, ambery sort of fragrance. So strong, you could easily give yourself a headache if you put on too much, so you do have to be more careful with this particular fragrance. But if you definitely want to wear something more kind of classic and more interesting and not modern, you definitely try Youth Dew, because it's a very good fragrance, and a lot of people put off older fragrances because they think they're lesser than modern fragrances, but it's a gem, it's a hidden gem, lost to time. And that's pretty much all the options I have for head turner fragrances at the moment. If you have any opinions about these fragrances, you can leave those down in the comments below. If you like the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.